Have you ever felt that gnawing frustration, that deep sense of powerlessness, when faced with circumstances entirely beyond your control? Perhaps it's a sudden career setback, an unexpected illness, or the relentless march of time, changing things you hold dear. We all experience it, this primal human struggle against the inevitable, and it can consume our peace. What if there was an ancient path, forged by some of history's wisest minds, that offered a profound alternative? A way to not just endure, but to genuinely thrive amidst life's uncontrollable currents? Today, we delve into the heart of Stoic philosophy, exploring its powerful secret, the art of accepting what you cannot change and finding freedom within that acceptance. At the very core of Stoic wisdom lies an understanding of our place in the cosmos, and perhaps no one articulated this more eloquently than Marcus Aurelius. Imagine an emperor, ruler of the vast Roman Empire, yet he understood that true power wasn't found in his legions or decrees, but in his mind's tranquility. Marcus Aurelius, who journaled his thoughts in what we now call meditations, sought self-mastery in a world of immense political turmoil and personal hardship. His reflections weren't for public consumption, but were a private guide for himself, offering timeless insights into maintaining inner equilibrium against overwhelming external pressures. One of his most profound directives, a cornerstone for building a resilient spirit, encourages us to embrace our reality completely. He wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." This isn't passive resignation, but an active, conscious choice to engage with life as it unfolds. To accept the things to which fate binds you means to recognize and embrace the external circumstances, events, and challenges that are simply beyond your immediate control. It's acknowledging the reality of your situation, rather than wasting energy wishing things were different or fighting against an unchangeable tide. Then, to love the people with whom fate brings you together is a powerful extension of this acceptance. It means not just tolerating, but actively choosing to engage with compassion and understanding toward those individuals who populate your life, even the difficult ones, recognizing their shared humanity and intertwined destiny. Marcus Aurelius, despite his imperial power, understood that external relationships and events were largely outside his direct command. His only true domain was his inner world, his judgments, his reactions, his choices. This acceptance frees up immense mental and emotional energy, redirecting it from futile resistance to productive engagement. Taking this foundational principle deeper, we turn to Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher whose life began in slavery before he became a revered teacher. His teachings, preserved by his student Arian, offer a sharp, pragmatic distinction between what is within our control and what is not, forming the bedrock of Stoic practice. Epictetus distilled this idea into a simple yet profound statement: make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This is the famous dichotomy of control, the crucial understanding that some things are up to us and others are not. Our opinions, impulses, desires, and aversions are within our power. Things not in our power include our body, possessions, reputation, and political office, essentially anything external. We can influence these, certainly, but we cannot control their ultimate outcome. The weather, the economy, other people's opinions, global events. These are external and beyond our direct command. Consider a modern-day scenario. You're stuck in an unexpected traffic jam. Your immediate reaction might be frustration, anger, or anxiety about being late. But what is truly in your power here? Not the traffic itself. You cannot magically clear the road or make your car fly. That's outside your sphere of control. What is in your power is your response. You can choose to fume, honk your horn, and escalate your stress, where you can choose to make the best use of the situation. Perhaps you listen to an audiobook, practice mindfulness, or simply accept this moment as it is, using it as an opportunity for quiet reflection. This principle isn't about apathy. It's about strategic deployment of your mental and emotional resources. Why expend energy on things you cannot change, when that energy could be channeled into what you can affect? Your attitude, your efforts, your character. This conscious choice is where genuine freedom resides. Beyond simply accepting what is, Stoicism invites us to actively embrace the dynamism of life, even its apparent losses. This brings us back to Marcus Aurelius, who offered a profound perspective on the very nature of change itself. He saw it not as something to fear, but as an intrinsic part of the universe's beautiful dance. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." This statement reframes our entire understanding of loss. What we perceive as losing something is merely a transformation, an alteration from one state to another, much like the seasons transition or a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Think about it. A job loss is a change in your professional circumstances. The loss of a relationship is a change in its form or presence in your life. Even the loss of youth is simply the ongoing change of aging. Our suffering often comes not from the change itself, but from our resistance to it, our attachment to what was. How can you apply this practically? Begin by recognizing that change is the only constant. Instead of bracing against it, cultivate a mindset that anticipates and even welcomes it. When something shifts unexpectedly, pause and identify the change rather than labeling it instantly as a loss or bad. Specifically, practice reframing. If a project fails, instead of dwelling on the failure, consider a change in direction, an opportunity to learn. If a friend moves away, it's a change in the proximity of the relationship, opening doors for new connections or deepening existing ones through different means. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or grief, which are natural responses to significant change. Instead, it's about moving beyond prolonged suffering by consciously choosing to see the underlying process of transformation. When you view change as nature's delight, you begin to align yourself with the universe's rhythm, finding peace in its ceaseless flow. The power of accepting what you cannot change is not a passive surrender. It is an active liberation. It's choosing wisdom over frustration, serenity over stress. By embracing fate's bindings, distinguishing control from influence, and delighting in the constant dance of change, you build an unshakable inner peace. This ancient wisdom is as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. Start small. Identify one thing you're resisting, acknowledge it, and consciously accept it as a change. If this profound wisdom resonated with you, subscribe for weekly Stoic insights and join our community on the path to a more tranquil, purposeful life.